Going. Ooh, light's a little bit weird. Light's very a little bit weird. Oh, that's from that. Okay. We'll keep it up for now. Let me actually make sure everything is looking. Oop. Okay, here we go. Looks like everything is going okay. We got a couple people coming in. Sentinel Prime, last Prime, couple of Primes all in. Cheesimus! Wow, 3 Primes in a row. Hello, hello! Hey, Cheesimus. Hello, 13th. Hello, Sentinel. So, I got even more of the Autobot Run boxes because I really, really want Soundwave. So, we're gonna open some more of them, open up some of the other boxes today probably as well. And yeah. Oop. Alright, Cheesimus, I won't ask then. And Last Prime has a new profile. Dead End just says all of the Combaticons died. Oh. Are you gonna elaborate on that, Dead End, or is that just an ominous warning? Let me work on the lighting too. I think it's a little bit too bright. Oop. So, Sentinel, last stream. Okay, Dead End just says they're not giving any more context. And then Sentinel says, okay, who all did we get? Well, let me look up at the thing. We got Scavenger. We got, Bone Crusher. We got Dino Mode Slug. We got Bumblebee. We got an Orion Pax that had a dead fly just fall out of him. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everyone we opened up last time. Cheesemas just says womp womp. Last Prime says, oh god. Dead End says, I didn't do it. Hey, Dystalia. Hello. Okay, what does Dystalia say? Hello. Would your reaction if someone made a P. Tarndy movie? I think someone already did. And my reaction was, hey, that's something. Last Prime's just asking if Dead End's okay. Cheesemas, even though I don't like TikTok, I got it recently. Oh, Cheesemas, you're right. There were 2 dead flies because we found the baby. And Dead End just confirming that they have crippling depression. Yeah, so there were dead flies in that Orion Pax. We opened up the bag and it literally just fell out of him. So, I mean, that's a fly that came all the way from Taiwan. That dead fly has seen more of the world than I probably will in my life. And that was an experience. But now, let's actually open up our first box. So in this wave, you can get Bumblebee, 2 versions of Slug, Ultra Magnus, Sideswipe, Red Alert, Soundwave, Scavenger, Bone Crusher. The only ones I don't have is I don't have Robot Mode Slug, I don't have Magnus, don't have Soundwave. I have 5 boxes of these because I want Soundwave. He's the whole reason I'm trying to get into this wave. I would love Magnus, I would love Slug, I want Soundwave. And then Desalia says, crippling fly Russian. Yes. Yes. And Solar Prime Term is too close to a minor. Oh, no, you're right. Then again, we know that Orion... Solar Prime, we remember for that one stream, Orion might be working with Tarn. Last Prime just says, my Prime is Dead End. And, hey, WJ. That fly traveled like Pablo Escobar. Yeah. That fly was crazy. That might be the greatest moment on a stream yet, is just the freak out that came with finding the first fly, and then the second. But yeah, that was all in one figure. So, dupe. Hey, Mon Makes! So Mon Makes just got Times Return Cup earlier today at a comic shop. That's a really good cup. In terms of a toy, like a cup to play with, I think that's still my favorite cup. I love the Times Return Cup. Hey, Bendyzilla, how's it going? So, you're here just in time for us to open first bag. Desalia, the fly really wanted to die in Orion Picks. Yep. Oh, hey, Quill, how's it going? Alright, Soundwave. Soundwave? No. Oh, but this is a new guy. At least it's gonna be Dino Mode Slug. I can live with that. I can very much live with us having my second favorite Dino Boy. That's okay. Oop. Mon Makes TR Cup, aka the foundation of Siege Hound. I feel like no one ever talks about the fact that those figures are so similar. Plus, they were both turned into Orion Pax. Sentinel Prime, was the fly in the bag or in the box? It was in the bag, in the pieces of Orion. Because when I picked up a leg piece, the fly fell out, and then when I picked up the helmet piece, the baby fell out. Okay, so let's get to building up our boy here. Oh. Cheesemas I got Machine Wars Pro for $10 at the Roman store where I got the 2 Velocitron figures. Oi! Oh, hey, 13 Prime, how's it going? I see 13 Prime just keeping saying, hey, hello. Cheesemas, that's a really good find. I really like the Machine Wars Prow mold. They also did a really good Mirage. That was the same figure, just with better colors. Quill, what happened with the Orion Pax? So, that Orion Pax, when I opened the bag, a dead fly fell out of one of the pieces, and then as we kept building, another smaller dead fly fell out of him. So there was a dead fly, and what can I only assume was a baby dead fly, that both just completely came out of nowhere. Okay. Bop. Alright. Slug, I'm going to assume is going to be a very similar build to Snarl, which I also just realized I've not built Snarl yet. So I guess we're just going to be going through this trying to figure it out. I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to be too insane a build or anything. The only insane bit might be trying to get, like, the Dino Mode head together. Okay. So, that's going to go in. Okay. So that goes in like normal. Because this is similar, not just similar, this is exactly like when we were just building the Dino Mode of Slug. So that's going to go. And then the question is going to become, how do we get it to connect here? Unless, oh, it's supposed to connect here, maybe? No. Okay, what piece am I missing? Oh, wait a minute. Dino Mode, yeah, Slug, yeah, let me just look at the directions. I'm forgetting how Slug looks. I forget that his mouth is essentially also a hood that his head hangs out in. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and build up the head while I'm looking at the directions. I know I saw a lot of comments come through. I'm going to catch up on everyone just as soon as we make a little bit of progress into Slug. Also, I know yesterday I came under fire for calling this guy Slug. All I'm going to say is, at this point in my life, he's been Slug longer than he's been Slag, and I kind of just go between the two names. If you really like calling this guy Slag, I totally get it. I'm not trying to make a statement. It's just, in my head, this guy's name is just Slug. Doop. Okay, I'm kind of seeing how this is going to work now. Okay, yeah, there we go. And then, so we already have this built up. We'll put on the horns. Would you call the horns on a Triceratops antlers, or are they just horns? No, because I think antlers are like a very specific type of bone, aren't they? I think I'm just being a dummy. Oh, okay. So like this. And then, here we go. We got the boy, the very angry boy. Yay! Alright. And then we got the front piece. Here. I always love how his chest, that's literally the tongue. That is Slug's Dino Mode tongue, just hanging out there. Doop, 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 doop. What a strong design. I think in Robot Mode, Slug is my favorite Dinobot design. And he's my second favorite character. Swoop is my favorite Dinobot, and always has been. Slug is usually pretty high up there. Snarl is also high up there. I think Grimlock and Sludge are the only two that have never been one of my favorites. I still really like Grimlock. And as for Sludge, I mean, he's there. I've never been a massive Sludge guy, I'll be honest. I know people really like Sludge, and I'm really, really glad that, like, there's good options for Sludge now. But I have never once thought to myself, man, I can't wait for a Sludge toy. I have thought that many times about Swoop and Slug and Snarl, though. So I feel like I can understand our shared love of Dinobots, even if we all like different, specific dinos. I think it's just because, for me personally, Sludge doesn't have an interesting design in Robot Mode. He has a great beast mode, but then, like, if you just look at Sludge, he looks like the most generic robot. Because, like, Grimlock is Grimlock. And then Swoop has the wings, Snarl has the Stegosaurus tail on his shoulders. With Slug, you have, like, the Triceratops in the back. He kind of looks like he has a hood, plus he has the red head. Like, out of all of them, other than Grimlock, the one with the most distinct design is Slug. And then Sludge is just kind of, I don't know. He's not boring looking by any stretch, but like if you were to make a new Dinobot, I think he is the template you look at. He's very much like a Prowl in that he is like a this is how we start type of design. Doop. There we are. And then boop. And boop. Building up some knees. You can need your knees. Oh, well, Take your knee. Take your knee, Slug. There we go. I ripped his shoulder off trying to get that knee in. We'll fix that in a sec. There we go. Alright, he's slowly coming together. He's slowly looking more and more like the boy we want and need. I also really like what they did with Slug and IDW. I like the fact that even, like, Grimlock has no idea how to rein this guy in. I really liked the big special he had, too, the Requiem for the Dinobots. And, of course, Swoop's always just great. I hate IDW Swoop's design, though. He's too scary looking. I think Swoop should always be both the most friendly designed and just the most friendly acting Dinobot. That's the hill I die on. Doop. Alright. And now, to get some... Doop. We're going to give him just the 2 fists. And then, of course, he comes with his sword. Something the Studio Series Slug did not include. Good looking sword, too. Not exactly accurate to any one thing, but like a decent looking sword. Alright, that's our first boy built. So, let's get through all the comments that I missed. Boop. WJ, trying to link to your more normal Tarn cartoons as apology for Tarn Party, but I think YouTube is deleting them. Huh? Oh, is YouTube, like, starting to crack down on the Tarn Party stuff? Mon makes. The other figure I got was a non-Transformers 1 Dragon Stars Cooler. Mon makes, I actually have that toy. I love it. I actually made a review of that figure, like, a while back. Distalia, Quill, good for you, buddy. Now you can turn him into Cyclonus. And then Quill says, ew, yucky. Benny Zola says, I got SS-110 Shockwave and Bumblebee Skywarp. Those are 2 amazing figures, Bendy. You got those at Target. That's a great duo. Christian Brown, hey bro, what's your thoughts on Arachnid in TF1? I love the design. I loved the character. I want a toy of that Arachnid. I wish that she had more screen time, but for what she had, I thought she was great. Quill, I'm really disappointed with SSTF1 guys. I know they're based on concept art, but they look really funny, kinda like ROTB Scourge. That Scourge is better than how he looked in the movie IMO. Quill, I agree with you about Scourge looking better. The TF1 guys I'm okay with. I do prefer, for the most part, the mainline guys. And then some like Bumblebee and Alita I think just look really good. But then like their Optimus specifically looks kind of rough. Desalia, SSTF1 Sentinel looks superior. I can't wait for that Sentinel. I think they both look great. The Last Prime says that they like Slug. Benny Zilla just says just horns. Okay, so they are not antlers. Quill, Sentinel is the best of the bunch. Yeah, Sentinel. I mean, Sentinel's always the best in the TF1 lines. Hey, MRC, how's it going? You finally catch one of these. Quill, Optimus is good. I have the way Megatron looks. He has the D16 cannon, the Megatron head. It's so weird. Yeah, Quill, I don't know. Like, thank goodness that Yellow Park and 3-0 are giving us better robot modes. Desalia, by the way, Slag has a rename because in some countries that's a slur. Yeah, that's a big reason why I also in my brain just have corrected him to Slug. Because I know Some people are kind of okay with it, other people very much not so. Last Prime. He is B, look like scrap, and don't get me started on Elite, they messed her up. Last Prime, are you talking about Studio Series Alita? She doesn't look perfect, but she looks like a good toy. And for me, I'd rather have a good toy than necessarily a toy that looks perfect. Because I want a perfect Alita. And for that, I have Yellow Park and 3-0. And let's be honest, they are going to be better Alitas. Quill, question, do you prefer Star Saber or Wing Saber as a name for the guy who had the HasLab? I like Wing Saber because it's cooler IMO. I like that they be... I think that both names should be around and they should be different characters. I prefer Star Saber as a name, though, just because he sounds a little bit more, something about Star Saber sounds more fantastical. Quill, yeah, I'm British and I don't really care. Okay, that's talking about the old name. And MRC says, I was about to say that his robot design is so phoned in. I think we're talking about Sludge now. Cooler Soup, hello. And they say, not gonna lie, I didn't know that there were other Dinobots other than Grimlock, Slug, Snarl, and Swoop. Yeah, oh, Cooler Soup, there's more than even just Sludge. There's also Slash, Strafe, Paddles, whoever they just put into the combiner. I forget his name. The one... What is his name? Who's the extra Dinobot from Volcanicus from the core class combiner? I've completely forgotten his name. Hey, Memes and Stop Motion, how's it going? MRC, he takes Grimlock's wings. Okay. And then 13 Prime. Please take your Blokees Megatron, take the hands off, answer your Blokees Sentinel, put them into... Oh, that's right. Okay, 13 Prime. Let me do that as soon as I get through these comments. Mon makes, I'm happy that IDW Transformers fan can at least agree that the comics screwed up, especially after witnessing a bunch of IDW Sonic debates about exactly that. Yeah. Cheesemas, my favorite character in Watchmen died. Cheesemas, is your favorite character Rorschach? Because I'm trying to think who else dies in Watchmen. It's Comedian and Rorschach. Everyone else makes it through that book. Oh, spoiler alert for Watchmen, I guess. My word. The 13th Prime. Sing on Megatron representing one half. MRC. IDW Swoop is a menace. WJ. The Dinobots died. Some of the Dinobots have died. I know in Fall of Cybertron, Sludge doesn't die, but he's on, like, he's offline in the game. And then in IDW, I think... No one dies there either. No. Memes and Stop Motion. I'm getting Blokees on Thursday. Hell yeah. MRC, he's so slender and off-putting. Talking about IDW Swoop. Davimus! Did you think you could hide? I'm doing good, Davimus. How are you, man? Well, I think Sludge or my boy Paddles, show him, bro, some love, please, should be friendly. Paddles is good. Son of Prime, does anyone else think that Sunstreaker should be a Voyager instead of a Deluxe? I think Sunstreaker should be a Voyager, and I think that you should give him, like, all the accessories that his G1 toy came with. The Last Prime, never seen IDW Swoop. So Last Prime, they've never made toys of IDW Swoop, but look him up, he's weird. He's like animated Swoop, but more Nightmare. Quill, not really, I think Sunstreaker should be Deluxe, but taller than Sideswipe. Okay. WJ, no, YouTube is cutting down on links in general because advertisers spam them. We can't have nice things. Yeah, that's what sucks, is a few bad apples ruin it for everyone. Cheesemas, I use tape to cover the holes in my Thrilling 30 Tailgate's arms. That's not a bad idea, especially if it's white tape, it would actually blend in pretty well. So Prime, you do Dragon Star reviews. I did a bunch. They should be in a playlist like my anime playlist. But yeah, I did basically every Dragon Star toy I got, I did a review for them. And I really, really enjoyed those figures. Quill, Thrilling 30 is peak, I agree. Oh, his name is Scar! That's his name. Oh, and I'm also remembering Scorn. Scorn is an amazing character from Age of Extinction. He's a really good toy. Scar. Should have been Slash. I'm actually really mad that Hasbro has abandoned Slash, because if we need a 6th member of the Dinobots, Slash was perfect. She's the best toy from the Power of the Primes Volcanicus. I adore her design. And I like the idea of there just being like a smaller Dinobot. Like, Slash was perfect. Dystalia, Sideways needs more love. I have SS figure, and I friggin' love him, and sorry for my cussing. It's all good, but I am gonna censor. Cooler Soup, you're telling me there's a Dinobot named Paddles. Cooler Soup, there is, and he turns into a plesiosaur, and at least one of the comic continuities, the origin story is he's the one who turned them into the Dinobots, and then the Dinobots killed him. Hey, Lemon Line Studios, what's going on? Cooler Soup, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Bennyzilla, you should think Volcanimus should get a Blokees figures. I think that they should do combiners and Blokees. I just don't know how you would do them. Cheeseman says yes about the tape. Dude, my guy! Transformers animated Blokees win. I want Transformers Armada Blokees. They would be perfect for this style. Hey, Bill Cipher! No, you are not extremely late. We just built one guy. Davimus, good. Just finished eating from pasta from Olive Garden. Oh, that's nice. Mom makes, do you think properly scaled Chug Beast Machines figures would sell, or would they not want to do that again since the original toy line flopped? Mon makes, weirdly enough, properly scaled Beast Machines figures would all be core class if you're talking about to scale with G1. That said, I think there are some designs and characters from Beast Machines that could still work. Like, I think Cheetor could work, maybe. Black Arachnia, I think... So, okay, I'll go through the list. Black Arachnia, I think would sell. Strika, Obsidian, Jetstorm, Thrust. I think those 5 all have a good chance of selling. Tankor, I think, has had too many figures. Clearly, Throwing 30 Tankor did not take off. I think Jetstorm and Thrust are good enough looking that they could still really sell. Especially if you maybe did them as like an Amazon exclusive. Black Arachnia will always sell because people just really like Black Arachnia. As for Strike and Obsidian, I think they could sell if you do them as maybe a 2-pack. Last prime, I'm going to look him up right now, talking about IDW Swoop. Oh, Cheeseman says Cowabummer. Cooler Soup, not gonna lie, Transformers animated Blokees sound fire. 13th Prime, do you really need to make us a concept of Dark Sideswipe because so many people have to paint another Sunstreaker into Sideswipe just to use the Sidelight mode, paint it red, give the exact same accent? Cheesemus, what's Dragonstar? So Dragonstar is an American toy line for Dragon Ball. So if you've seen like a lot of the Dragon Ball like toys at like Walmart and Target and GameStop, a lot of those are Dragonstar. Aren't TM2 designs Beast Machines? So MRC, there are a couple of Beast Machine toys out. I think right now Cheetor is the only one that's actually like on store shelves. Well, I'm serious asking how everyone is. Hey, Miss Disaster, how's it going? Oh, they're warning about the tidal wave coming in. Sentinel Prime, you should get the Dragon Ball figure Rise model kits. They look really good. Cheeseman says that they are going to bop their sister. Oi, well, don't tell me about that, because then people are going to be like Ron Bondajon is telling people to punch their sisters. Quill, I love paddles, smiley face, rip paddles. Last Prime, what did I just look up? Swoop looks so, that's what I'm telling you about IDW Swoop. He's a nightmare. Cheesemas, no, the yes is about my favorite character in Watchmen. Oh, okay. We're talking about Rorschach? Okay. Rorschach was also my favorite, to be clear. Nowadays, no, I'm trying to think who would be my favorite nowadays. It might be Ozymandias, because I like him as a villain. Clear Soup, oh yeah, I got the Dragon Ball figure Rise kit, and they are so awesome, bro. I'm about to build Cell in a little bit. That Cell, I've heard the build on that one is so good. Hey, Pizzeria, Armada Blokees would be sick. I also think Baber's Classic Series Blokees would be ideal. I'd buy them all, lol. I would love for them to at least do the original 5 bots and 7 cons for Classics, because they've just done Optimus Megatron so far. Sentinel Prime, Dragon Stars is a Dragon Ball action figure toy line with less possibility than SH Figure Arts, but it's a cheaper price, Cheesemus. Okay. And Astalia, I love the Seesaw from Beast Wars Neo, and him being a part of Magmatron makes him amazing. Oh, you're talking about part of Magmatron's, the C form. Yeah, there's a couple of plesiosaurs in Transformers. Cool, can't wait for Christmas. I'm going to be getting Siege Jetfire. Oh, that's awesome. And then they're also saying that Jetfire is their second favorite Autobot. Cool. Bendyzilla, there's so many other Autobots other than Pals. Yeah, I think there's like 10. Hey, Tetris, nothing much. We just built up Slug. What's your most wanted TF collab? Mine is My Life as a Teenage Robot. That'd be really good. So Mon makes, this is going to sound so dumb. My favorite, what I want them to make the Minnow from Jaws. I want them to make the Minnow from Jaws, and I want the robot mode to be based off of Captain Flint. And I want there to be lore where he's been hunting Skybite in the Seacons. Cheesemus does not watch anime, neither does Tetris. Quill wants a Power Rangers and TF collab. Hasbro owns both. How did they never do that? That's so dumb to me. MRC, Cheetor and my targets have TM2 Megatron. Are you talking about Oh, Dragon Megatron. Okay, I got really confused. I thought you were saying that they've done Transmetal Megatron as in, like, the original Transmetal Megatron. Bennyzilla, yes, indeed, scary like they massacred his design. Yeah, talking about Swoop again. Damus, got time to go. Sumo slam my sister. JK, I'm an only child. Cheesemas, I have figuration common writer and I typed boop, not bop, but autocorrect messed it up. Oh, I might have also just said bop. That might have been Ron Bondajohn's inability to read. 13 Prime, don't forget to take your walkies, Megatron, and Sentinel, take your Sentinel. Yes, okay, as soon as I get through these comments, we're doing it. Blokees, or Miss Disaster, Blokees should basically do what Creo did, have a box set with all the combiner members and parts for the combine mode. That'd be pretty good. Little Lime Studios asking how I am. I'm doing pretty good. Quill, Rorschach is such a bad person. He's cool though, nice design. He's a knockoff question, though I'm such a DC fanboy, I have to compare it. I like Rorschach because I think the best part about Rorschach is he's not someone you're supposed to look up to. He is like, the fact that we are here as a society is disgusting. So, yeah. He's not a good person, but his moral code is absolute. Cheesemas Prime, Jetfire or Skyfire? I prefer the name Jetfire, but I prefer Skyfire's design. Quill, or some sort of wrestling collab would be cool. Yeah! Oh, that would be, like, I mean, you already got Motor Master. You know what? The answer to that is we already have animated Motor Master, Quill. Mrs. Astor, I hope we get SSGE Battle Bus from Fortnite. I'm amazed they haven't tried something like that yet. The line, ooh, I'm getting the Death of Cliff Jumper 4-pack. That's a great 4-pack. The Tarantulas and the Squeeze Play from that are such good figures. Mad Prime Studios or Productions, how's it going? The Megazord is a Transformer, right? So the Megazord would transform, and you could get a Volcanicus out of it, which is why it's insane that they've never made a Megazord Transformer collab. Quill, I say Jetfire, but I like Skyfire more for the scientist. Jetfire is Optimus second in command to me. Yeah, I think that's a good way of breaking it down. Jetfire, in my head, is like Armada Cybertron and Revenge of the Fallen Jetfire. Skyfire is the G1 guy. Dystalia. Yes, the components to Magmatron is Landsaur, Seesaur, and Skysaur. Cooler Soup. Bro, imagine we got a Studio Series Gamer Edition based on the freaking Battle Bus Transformer from Fortnite, lol. Bendyzilla. Someone made a version of IDW Sweep design which looks kinda good. I didn't know they did toys for IDW Dinobots. Davis, a friend thought of a Bakugan X Transformers collab during the DW Dragon Megatron for the collab figure. That'd be kind of fun, yeah, because that's the main Bakugan guy, right? Is a big dragon. MRC, the point of Rorschach is that knockoff question and Batman. This is true. And well, actually, Rorschach isn't really a knockoff question. He was supposed to be the question, because the original version of the question was like that. And DC said no, so Alan Moore just made a knockoff because he couldn't use the question. Cheesemas Prime, the 2009 Toyota Corolla. I think there actually is a toy of a Toyota Corolla Transformer. Last Prime, if you made your own Transformers movie, what will name it? What would I name it? I've always thought it would be fun to, like, just go, like, with the comics and do, like, Transformers Lost Light, and then focus on, like, a small group of Autobots, like, in space. 13th Prime, I do not know if I get the phone for Legacy Evolution with another Legacy Evolution figure, or do I get a Power Ranger Ultra Zord? I don't know. Oh, a lot of comments. Quill, fun fact, Watchmen was going to be characters from Charleston Comics, so Blue Beetle, Peacemaker, The Question, etc. Help, I'm such a nerd. Yeah, and then that's why all of the Watchmen characters are the way they are, is because they're actually more accurate to the formal, the original versions. So, like, Blue Beetle is Night Owl, Silk Spectre is, who is Silk Spectre? Doll Girl. And then you have Peacemaker, who turned into the Comedian. You have The Question, who became Rorschach. Captain Atom became Dr. Manhattan, so on and so forth. MRC, Power Rangers is basically guys and Transformers. Basically. Bezalo, wasn't there a Monosaurus dino, or I don't know my dinosaurs enough. Cheesemas, who killed Peacemaker? Did someone kill Peacemaker in the comics? I know he died in the vampire comic. Like, he just got surrounded by vampires. Mom makes, T30 was my first Chug toy line by virtue of me getting Skybite for Christmas, but I don't know, I want to try to get everything from it. Only other figures from it are Rat Trap and Tank War. There's a lot of good figures in there Mon makes. Like, RC from that line is still really good. Chromia. Roadbuster. Terrific. The Last Prime. This sound like a good movie. I watch it. MRC, more than meets the eye in Lost Light. If they direct adaptation would probably be better as a show. I totally agree. I'm just trying to think, like, off the top of my head what I would name a Transformers movie. Benzilla, didn't Tarn kill everyone on the ship one time? Yes, the DJD killed everyone on the duplicate ship except for the duplicate rewind. Cheesemus, I can remove the fin thing on Legacy Slipstream's arms. Is there a way to take that off without just cutting it off? Destalia, Squeeze Play is a sus name with a rector. Sinnoh Prime's gotta go. Thanks for stopping by. Quill, Jinrai is basically a Power Ranger lol. Yeah. MRC, T30 Springer and Jetfire slap so hard. Get those. Those are great figures. I forgot Springer was T30. Cheesemus, who killed Peacemaker? What was Watchmen originally called? Oh! Was that the original version? I didn't know that. Okay, so it was originally going to be called Who Killed Peacemaker. That's cool. And Desalia says, see you, Sentinel Prime. Alright. Now then. Let's actually try to do what 13th Prime has been asking me to do for several streams. Because I have a horrible memory. Here is Sentinel. Get out of here, Slug. You don't want to see this. This is too much even for you, bud. So, you got Sentinel Prime. He's walking along like da 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 da. Oh no, and he's dead. Okay, how can we do this? Take out the fusion cannons. Okay. Huh. I mean, I guess I could kind of balance him like this? Yeah, okay. There. There. There we go. Oh man, bad placement for the hand, but forget it. It works. The way Sentinel's looking off to the side, this actually kind of works. Okay. Mad Prime Productions, do you think Hasbro should have human figures for their Transformers line like a Diaclone made by Takara Tomy? Mad Prime, I do think there should be human characters. I think that they should try to make them in scale with Transformers, and I don't think they need to be action figures by themselves. I think little figurines would be fine. Confish, Sentinel, look out, he's behind you! Last Prime, I did that in stop motion once. The Pizzeria, this is a nightmare. Color Suit, this is truly peak Transformers. Cheesemas, aw shucks. Pizzeria, I might need to buy these now. Mrs. Esther, beautiful. Bennyzilla, you could use Sticky Tech to have Sentinel on D16's body. You're totally right. Megatron hit him with that D16. I totally could use Sticky Tech. I think there's better ways to do this. This is just me trying to make it kind of balanced. And you know what? Sure, this worked. Oh no. Sentinel screaming, do you want a piece of me, D16? D16 screaming back, I want two. Alright. I find it kind of funny. I find it kind of sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I've died so many times now it feels more like a memory. Basically, Sentinel Prime should just be quoting Shadow the Hedgehog. Just on the daily. Just on the daily. Here, get your sword back. Okay. Thank you, Sentinel. Thank you, boss. Alright. Let's get to building another one. Did I miss some comments? Last Prime just says kaboom. Devin says no, I want two. Alright. Cooler Soup. Nice to know Megatron loves to rip people in half in every universe, LMAO. He got ripped in half himself one time. In IDW, Galvatron ripped Megatron in half. And then Bumblebee had to carry Megatron's torso around. And then they became best buds. Confish, which Blokees group is your favorite so far? I think that the best wave is Wave 4. Because everyone in Wave 4 is, for the most part, they are unique builds. They are all really good characters. And I like the selection. Like, looking at Wave 3, right? There's characters here I don't really care if I get or not. Wave 2 has a bunch like that. And I think they chose the wrong variant because they made the variant Dino Mode Grimlock instead of Robot Mode Grimlock or even Starscream. Even the TF1, like, there's basically 3 different Optimus Primes in that wave. I think that this one that has Shockwave on it, Wave 4, is the best one. Quill, TF1 Sentinel is a menace, but IDW Sentinel is on a whole nother level. Quill, you are absolutely right. I think that's still the most evil Sentinel is IDW Sentinel. And the last Prime, this is how I make friends. Oi. Alright. Soundwave. Soundwave, baby. Come on. Come on. Oh, no. That's red alert. I already have a red alert. Alright. Back you go. It's a shame. What happens? Oh, God. What happens if I go through this extra lot and I still don't get a Soundwave? Oh. Oh, hey, Delta Tryon. How's it going? I'm sorry, Delta Tryon. I can't deal with 2 red alerts running around sounding like Richard Nixon. I can't deal with that right now. I'm happy to have the 1. Oh, let's see here. Cooler Soup. Bro, how is Megatron going to get ripped in half by his future self, bro? I haven't read the IDW comics yet, but that's wild, LMAO. So, Cooler Soup, believe it or not, in IDW, Galvatron and Megatron have no relationship with each other. Galvatron's a guy from the ancient past who is like a great conqueror. Megatron's just a dude. Cheeseman's Prime, what did IDW Sentinel do? He tried to bring eugenics to a universal scale. Like, he wanted to get rid of all organics, and he also hated everyone who didn't just turn to vehicles. Quill, also, TF1 Sentinel's faceplate looks like IDW's to me. Is that on purpose? I think it is. I think it's also animated Sentinel, because he had a faceplate. Delta Tryon's laughing about the red alert. Desalia, TVA is here for more fixed timelines. Last Prime, we need Soundwave. Confish, I'm going to need a Blokees Prowl to match those Constructicons. They already did a Blokees Prowl, and he looks really good. Mr. Zaster, we all have a funeral for your hopes and dreams. Delta Tryon, buying a full box means that you get 1 of each, right? You buy some extras? So, Delta Tryon, if you buy the box, you get 1 of each. The issue is, I didn't buy the box for Wave 3. I've been buying these guys individually. Whereas, like, Wave 1 and 4 and 5, I bought the entire box. 2 and 3, I've been buying individual boxes, so I'm at the mercy of the blind box gods. Quill, you need 2 Infernos so they can both have their boyfriends. That's the thing, is I only have 1 Inferno right now. So I can't have 2 red alerts and 1 Inferno. Bendyzilla, IDW Sentinel was basically Darkwing from TF1. Yeah, that's actually a pretty good way of putting it, at least design-wise. Davimus, I honestly see TF1 Sentinel being a fusion of his animated and IDW versions. I totally agree with you, Davimus. Delta Tryon says, gotcha. Quill says, way worse, Bendyzilla. Delta Tryon, imagine a full box set of Beast Wars characters. That would be really good. I'm trying to think, though, because they only do 9 figures. That means you couldn't have the full original team. Because, okay, correct me if I'm wrong, right? Original group of Maximals would be Primal, Rat Trap, Cheetor, Rhinox, Dinobot. And then original Predacons are Megatron, Scorponok, Waspinator, Pterosaur, Tarantulas. So already someone would have to be bumped off. And that's without getting into that if you just do original lineups, that means no Black Arachnia, no Tigatron, no Air Razor. In an ideal world, you get 2 waves. Oh, Delta Tryon's just straight up saying, cut Pterosaur. Delta Tryon, with all respect, I would actually say cut Scorponok. Because I think Pterosaur is a little bit more of a unique build, potentially. Cheeseman's literally just screaming, miners. Quill, want to see Skybound Sentinel, to be honest. I wonder if they would go, like, the G1 route with a Skybound Sentinel. It's just he was the original Prime. Last Prime, channeling Darkwing here. Miners! Mon makes, I like the idea that G1 Megatron comes from some implied bloodline. This unused bit of info came from a script for an episode. I think it was him having a last name. Mon makes, that was an idea for Megatron, but they've also said that he was a war machine that was just built from the ground up to lead the Decepticons. The G1 continuity is, well, not much of a continuity. Delta Tryon saying fair about Scorponok. Cooler Soup. It's crazy how animated Sentinel seems like the only version of Sentinel who isn't a complete evil guy. Cooler Soup, the crazy thing to me is that animated Sentinel isn't an evil Sentinel, and yet he would probably do more damage to Cybertron because he thinks he's the good guy. Like, his intentions mixed with his arrogance are a horrible combination. Quill, I love Pterosaur. I agree, Quill. Pterosaur's great. D16 equals Dion. Think about it, says Quill. The Last Prime says, I shall say this again, Quill, womp womp. Miss Disaster, G1 Sentinel was just a guy. Crazy how anime changed everything. I'm trying to think, was that the first time Sentinel Prime actually was given a character? Because it basically is, right? Because Dark of the Moon Sentinel is after Animated Sentinel. And it really is, like, that's the Sentinel that made him evil. Because even when he showed up in Dreamwave, he was just the Prime before Optimus. And they never delved into the idea that maybe the whole war was his fault. Alright. Please. Please a sound wave. Please a sound wave. On my hands and knees right now. Ah, come on. Man, these boxes. Sometimes they're a dream to open. Other times, it's like you're wrestling the thing to open them. Okay. Please, Soundwave. No! Is this a second red alert? Wait, no, it's Sideswipe. Which is another character I already have. Okay. Pieces back in. That means I have 2 dupe Sideswipes. Oh no! I have someone who I can give these dupes to, but I can't give them 2 Sideswipes? Okay, just back in the box with you. We're gonna have to figure that out later. Oh. Come on. Please. Please just be a sound wave. Please. I'm begging you. Please just be the boy. Please just be the boy for me. Come on, come on, come on. And... No! Oh, okay. At least it's not a guy I already have. It's Ultra Magnus. Oh! Oh, thank God. I thought it was another red alert. I thought it was another red alert, and I was terrified. Okay, at least it's Ultra Magnus. I can live with that. That's fine. I can deal with that now. Okay, we might not be getting Soundwave tonight. We very much might not be getting Soundwave tonight, and I can live with that. Am I gonna have to go back to the store again tomorrow and just buy the remaining stock in the hopes of maybe getting a Soundwave? Let's go through the comments that I've missed. Last Prime says, please Soundwave come here. Quill, I completely demolished the boxes. Last Prime just says, no, no, no! Mad Prime Productions, can you imagine if Hasbro makes a Harry Potter Transformers crossover, but it is the Weasley flying car? That would actually be a pretty cool idea, because the Weasley flying car is already like a cool car design. Nostalgia, who agrees with me that Deadpool and Wolverine and TF1 is the biggest movies this year, and P. Tarndy is the complete opposite of Grrr Miners Grrr? I agree on both counts. Cooler Soup, I will never get over the scene in which one, it's just Darkwing screaming, Grrr Miners Grrr! Tetris, I'll take a side swipe. I have literally no blockies. I have people I've already promised duplicates to, guys. I'm sorry. And then Mad Prime Productions just says, no Soundwave. Fun! Fun. Last Prime says, please. Cheeseman says, can I have a side swipe? Last Prime says, oh. Momek says, an ex-mutual brought up the idea of some of the G1 characters, i.e. Sentinel, being redesigned into pre-existing Diaclone molds, which would be cool. That would be fun. Maybe do Browning as a Sentinel? I don't know. Hot take, I prefer female Red Alert, says Quill. I wish we got a toy of animated Red Alert. It's a cool design. Mrs. Astor, TFA Season 4 would have focused on Sentinel's ego doing tons of damage to Cybertron, basically resulting in Megatron's escape. Yeah, he basically would have just turned into a dictator. Last Prime, my phone's going to die. See you. Hey, Last Prime, thank you so much for stopping in. It's always great to see you. Quill, there's miners in the race. Miners like us. Memes and stop motion, sorry, I was hiding for a bit. Have you got Soundwave yet? No. Thankfully, though, we got Ultra Magnus, so at least we didn't get another dupe. But after this, we only have 1 box left from this wave. So, we're gonna have to hope. At the very least, like, I'm not... Oop, Benny's all, are those miners in the race? Confish, do any retail stores sell them as a whole sets, or is it just blind boxes? So, Confish... At all retail stores, you have to buy the blind boxes. If you go to the Blokees website, they will sell you the whole set, but you have to buy everyone. And you're going to save money in the long run. The issue is people had already gifted me figures from Series 3 and Series 2. And in my head, I don't want to buy a whole set when I already had a lot of them. So I've probably wound up spending more money just trying to get Soundwave, because Soundwave's the only other one I wanted. But here's the bright side, right? I have people I can give these to, so it's not like they're just going to be, like, wasted or anything. But yeah, my stupid brain was like, it would make more sense to just try your luck and try to just get Soundwave. Okay. Come on. Oh, I see what's going on here. Come on, come back off. There we go. Man, I really like Ultra Magnus's, like, inner cab robot. Okay, hot take. People are gonna kill me for saying this. When it comes to G1 Magnus, right? Not animated, not prime. When it comes to G1 Magnus, I like this design more than that one. I like Magnus more than Ultra Magnus. And people can hate me. I'm just saying my truth, man. I really like the inner cab robot. I think it's the best an Optimus Prime mold ever looks, is when it gets the Ultra Magnus redo. I am missing the faceplate, I think. Am I missing the faceplate? I can't find it anywhere. That might be a problem. Oh, no. Oh, no. I don't think... Okay, I'm going to build up the rest of the body, because maybe it's just hiding from me somewhere. But I can't find Ultra Magnus's face anywhere. Doop. And then we're going to get the thighs on. I will also say this, right? Like, and this isn't me trying to bellyache. I had a not too great day today. But there's something about, like, one, the live stream is great. You guys are making me feel, like, just so happy and, like, are really making me laugh. But, like, there's something about, like, doing the Blokees and building these guys up that's just so relaxing. And I think it's because, like, it's not complicated, but there's also so many, like, little satisfying snaps as you get these, like, bodies together. They're just amazing little toys. I remember I thought to myself, oh, I'm not going to go complete on them. But now I think I do. I think I want to go complete on them. I think that they would be an amazing collection to have everyone from. And who knows, maybe I'll never go complete, but I at least want to go, like, character complete as best I can. Here we go. Get your foot in there. Another nice thing about this Magnus, if you didn't get the variant Optimus, you did not get this axe with Optimus. So getting it with Magnus actually does help make him a little bit more unique to the standard Optimus, too. Oop. Go in there. There we go. I'm now getting increasingly worried because I don't see where the face could be. Let me look through the bag. Maybe I just didn't pull the face out? No. That might be a problem. I might not have Ultra Magnus's face. Wait a minute. There we go. Oh, thank God. I was trying to figure out, like, how do I return this then? And how do I phrase that? Like, hey, I'm sorry. I need to return this blind box. No, I swear it's not because I don't like who's inside. It's because you didn't give me the face. And then I just get laughed at and called a nerd by the people who own the place. Oop. I'm sure that must be a nightmare for stores, right? Like, people just trying to return blind bags because they didn't get the thing they wanted. Doop. And doop. Couple of elbows. Ultra Magnus wanted to know an elbow from an oboe. Oh, wow. Okay. There we go. All right. Oh, well, there he goes. Ah, there we go. Oh, no! Oh, no! I literally just immediately ripped the forearm off. My word. Ah, there we go. And then we'll get the backpack back on. Boop. And now, I definitely want him to have the pointer finger. That's good. And then we'll give him a closed fist so he can hold the axe. There we go. All right. That's a pretty good Magnus. I like that. Doop, 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 doop. All right, let's catch up on comments. Let's see here. Cooler Soup says P. Tarndy is wild, bro. Mad Pine Productions, how many times they have to say minors? Enough to meme. And then Quill says top 5 non-con or Autobot Transformers. Quill, do you count Maximals and Predacons? If we're not counting them, Windblade was never technically an Autobot, so I guess she's number 1. Number 2, DevCon. Number 3, Lockdown. Number 4, Armada Predacon. And number 5, I can't think of another one. Cooler Soup, wait, I can find these at retailers. So, I find these at a comic shop, Cooler Soup, but apparently they are showing up at Walmarts now. Miss Disaster reminds me, I need to get a TFA Sentinel, and DNA makes an adapter or alternate version for PM Optimus. Yeah, I've seen that for the Legacy United animated Optimus. The Pizzeria, I agree, Magnus is cooler to me. Yeah, there's something about the white with the blue faceplate. It really works. Davastilia. I'm going to change my name to Devastilia. I dig it. Miss Disaster, nothing personal, dude. Throwing the tomatoes at me. That's fair, Miss Disaster. Davastilia is still Distalia, I know. But, okay, Davastilia. Memes in stop motion. Do you watch Dan Dan Dan? I don't know what that is. Miss Disaster, Blokees ASMR would be awesome. Benny's Little Productions. Oh, Transformers should have a collab with Mega Constructs. That'd be cool, but like they're already doing stuff with Lego, and that's pretty nice. Quill, hot take, I prefer when Energon weapons are blue and not orange, just makes more sense. I've never thought about it, but yeah, I can kind of see what you're coming from. Miss Disaster, counter argument to your hot take, Quill, Energon was better when it was pink. Now I can agree with that. Cooler Soup, not gonna lie, Mega Constructs Transformers sound awesome, bro. Cheesemas Prime, don't go in there, you'll become one freaky creature monster party. Why do I know those lyrics? I know those lyrics from something. Cooler Soup, especially if they make the minifigures in the style of the Halo ones. Quill, I was thinking that Motormaster could do wrestling because he wants to be like Megatron but doesn't want his perfect paint job to get ruined, so instead of gladiator periods, he does something more controlled. That'd be really funny for animated Motormaster's backstory. Mom makes, watch out, Broccoli, I'll show you what I'm made of. Memes in stop motion. Do you have hopes for Transformers Reactivate? Memes in stop motion. I don't have hopes that thing's going to come out. Like I don't have any opinions on if it's going to be good or not. I don't think it's going to be born. Quill. I also don't like AOE Lockdown. TFA is the only place he's good. He showed up very briefly in IDW, but really Animate's the only time Lockdown's been given a spotlight other than Age of Extinction. Bennyzilla, they should do Blockies of the movieverse like Bayverse and Nightverse. So Bennyzilla, they've done 07 Optimus and Megatron, but I wish they would do more. Cheesemas Prime, don't remember Days Gone. Okay, so this is still the lyrics of the song. Yeah, no, so Bennyzilla and I are the same. We both remember this. Monmix, I had the AB Groupie Big Green version of Cooler's Bardock recap stuck in my head. Mrs. Esther, he was in Cyberverse. He was in Cyberverse. He hung out with Clobber. You're right. And then Cooler Soup, we got a Transformers Minecraft crossover before Transformers reactivate LMAO. Exactly. Bennyzilla, reactivate before GTA 6 is slim. Bennyzilla, reactivate before the heat death of the universe is slim. Mad Prime Productions, it feels like they can't stand us. Confish, I've considered painting my KO MP Soundwaves cube neon pink and put black light inside instead of plain clear. That'd be pretty cool. Cool, in Cyberverse he was a con though. This is true, but then again in Cyberverse he wasn't really like the Lockdown we know. He was more just like a Beavis and Butthead homage with Clobber. Okay. We're gonna do the last box I have. Please, Soundwave. Please, Soundwave. I am praying at the altar, please. Okay. 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 And... No! No! Oh, it's Constructicons! No! This is the worst thing that's ever happened to anyone! No! Who is it even? It's Scavenger. Ah. Oh. Well, back in the box you go. Back in the box you go, Scavenger. Man. Man, oh man, me, oh my. What a day, what a guy. Still no Soundwave. Well, maybe one day. Maybe one day. But, okay. It is a beautiful Constructicon green Confish, don't get me wrong. But I was hoping for some dark blue. That green, any other day that green would have been great. But not today. Not, I already have Scavenger and Bone Crusher from this wave. On Mix. That's the only issue here, is I already have them. Devastalia. We got the FNAF movie before GTA 6, though. This is true. Clear Suit, we probably gonna get Transformers Devastation 2 before we reactivate, bro. Yeah. Bennyzilla. Clobber is basically a female version of Lugnut. I don't know how to spell his name. You're really close. You just need to drop the A, Bennyzilla. But yeah, that's what Clobber is, yeah, they want to do Lugnut, and Hasbro was like, you can't make Lugnut a woman, so they made Clobber. Devastalia, do you already have a Scavenger? I do already have Scavenger. Quill, should I get the Stunticons box set if I get Christmas money? It's 204 quid in UK, don't know if that's worth it. So, I mean, you break it down, that's basically how much it costs to get all of those guys individual at retail. And personally, I think it's worth it, because Motormaster is incredible, Dragstrip and Dead End are very good, Breakdown's okay, Wild Rider's kind of iffy, but then they make the best Menasor I've ever seen. So I think they are worth it. Cheesemas, won't you please stop complaining I'm playing a song? Oh, I'm sorry. I've not been complaining about it, just, yeah, you've been going. Cooler Soup, this guy is gonna unbox Soundwave before Transformers Reactivate comes out. Devastalia says, my arm bot! Yep. Okay. Okay. Well, with a broken heart, let's continue on. Man. Aren't you guys glad that this is the most stressful thing happening today? Hey, Flashlight Studios, how's it going? Alright. So, we're going back to Wave 3. Now, these guys, I know I'm going to get everyone. So, all we're waiting for now is Hook, Nemesis Prime, and Dino Mode Snarl. Out of those three, Hook is probably the one I'm most excited to get, but I'm into all of them. The other figures you can get in this wave are Ultra Magnus, Dino Mode Snarl, Smokescreen, Tarn, two different versions of Shockwave, and Scrapper. I already got everyone else. Alright, here, let's catch up real quick. Oh, Cheesemas was doing lyrics. My bad. Sorry, Cheesemas. Quill, Scrapper is the best. I really love Scrapper. Quote, does the Shockwave on the Nox have Action Master Orange? It doesn't. Unfortunately, so the variant doesn't have Action Master Orange. They give him the toy accurate deeper purple instead of just like a normal purple. Which I still love this, but Action Master Orange would have been really nice. Mad Prime Productions. Sorry, I was talking about UK. Don't understand action figures or Transformers. They're never in stock on retailers. It's like they're against us. I don't understand how Transformers are so hard to find in Europe. Because, like, you look at it, Europe is the one continent that the Transformers toy line never died on. Like, you guys were keeping Transformers alive after G2. And I think it's kind of ridiculous that Hasbro has so frequently, like, refused to actually ship there. Well, the lighting made it look orange since the box is shiny. Yeah, that's the one issue. I love these boxes, but they're nightmares for lighting. Bendizilla, wait, isn't Scrapper the leader of the Constructicons? You're completely right, Bendizilla. Scrapper is the leader, and that means that he's unique because he forms the leg and not the torso. Devastalia, I wish that my big boy Long Haul had a diet because it's hard to move with him weighing us down. Devastalia, don't body shame Long Haul. He's giving you hips. Flashlight Studios, Ramban John, which comic series is better, Transformers Skybound or the Transformers IDW comics? I'm going to come back to you, Flashlight. Quill, Mad Prime, go to game. They have Blokees Legacy. Okay. So, Flashlight. I think if you are new to Transformers, or if you just want a good, self-contained read, Skybound is better. If, like, I'm introducing a lot of friends to Transformers right now, and I give them the Skybound comic. But I think if you are a Transformers fan, and you already know what you're getting into, and you're willing to go through hundreds and hundreds of issues, IDW made a better story. But you have to be patient. You have to give it the time to grow, and you can't just sit down and go right through it. Like, let's also consider this, right? Skybound, even if you include Void Rivals, even if you include all the G.I. Joe stuff, that would be what, like, still under 40 issues of a comic to get through? In IDW, it's literally hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of comics, like over a decade of continuity. So I think as a whole, IDW is better. I think if you are a Transformers fan and you have the background knowledge, it's better. I think if you want to introduce someone to Transformers, or if you just want a good book that you don't have to commit too much time to, Skybound is better. I think they have different strengths. Benny Zola is saying that they grew up with IDW. Mad Prime says, I did that go in game sometime. And Davasili says, that's true though, Ramban John. Oh, thank you. And then Flashlight says, yeah, I would agree on that part. Yeah, I don't feel like I have a hot take here. I think I have a very, what's the word I'm looking for? I think I have a very diplomatic take on this. Quill says, trying to get my BF, best friend I'm lonely, to read Skybound. I got him to watch 2007 and watch some Roblox games, but I haven't spoke to him for a minute, to be fair. Like, I honestly think that TF1 and Skybound comics have given us the best way to introduce people to Transformers. I have so many friends who are now into Transformers because of that stuff. And Chisma says, I'm going to read My Little Goober. Alright, are you calling someone a little goober, or are you going to read something called Little Goober? And then Benny Zilla, they should release TF Animated Season 4. People all the time ask, would I rather have, like, TF Animated Season 4 or, like, Prime Season 4 or whatever? I think that Transformers Animated Season 4 is a thing that should exist, and it's ridiculous that it doesn't. And, like, because I don't know if you guys know the backstory of that. That was literally just Cartoon Network pulled the rug out from under Hasbro. That's why they went and made the hub, is because of how bad the blood was between Hasbro and Cartoon Network after that. But it's ridiculous, because anime was doing great numbers. It sold a bunch of toys. It was a success on every metric, but then Cartoon Network, because it was in an era where Warner Bros. And Turner Broadcasting just had no idea what they were doing. They canceled it for no particular reason. Mad Prime Productions, I feel like UK prefer Harry Potter than Transformers LOL. I mean, I think there's also, Mad Prime Productions, I think there's also, like, a part of it is, like, Transformers usually takes place in the United States, and Harry Potter takes place in the United Kingdom. I think that a thing is always going to be more popular in the setting it takes place in. Davastalia, hey, my sister's birthday is in 2 days, and I'm excited to spend time with her. That's awesome. Quill, I'm sorry TFP is so overrated. I like it, but it's so overhyped. Quill, I can agree with you to a certain extent. I think it's still a good show, but I think there's a lot of people that like sing it as though it's the greatest thing ever, and it's good, but I don't think it's necessarily the best thing in Transformers. Flashlight Studios. I feel like everyone on the G1 Constructicon team always give Long Haul crap, but not without that thick boy Devastator would be nothing. Seriously, thought Long Haul carries the G1 Constructicon team. He does! He carries all their crap! Cheesimus, I spelt the wrong thing. I wanted to spell transform, but I was thinking I want to read IDW Comics. So, what I meant to spell was I'm going to transform my little goober. I see. Okay. Confish, I got back into Transformers because of Skybound. Before Skybound released, the last Transformer thing I bought was probably 2017, 2018. Skybound is truly amazing. I totally agree, Confish. And I think this might be another hot take. I hate IDW Optimus Prime. I love Skybound Optimus Prime. That's what made me start reading Skybound, was I found out about its Optimus. Quill does not like Harry Potter. Flashlight Studios, Confish, couldn't have said it better myself. Last Prime, I am back! Quill, I love Long Haul, especially Baver's design. He's such a chunky boy. Oh, Bennyzilla, I misread what you said, so have you played Bad Parenting? No, I've never heard of that one. Mom Mix, wasn't TFA also screwed over by Hasbro trying to demand dumb stuff for Season 4, like minicons, less beasts, and forcing the mains to tie into the movies? So Mon Makes, that was definitely a part of it. But it was also like Derek J. Wyatt and the team were more than happy to deal with that, and they were happy to change up the things. So, like, Hasbro was asking for really weird and dumb things, but it was all stuff that the creative team were actually pretty happy with because it meant that they couldn't keep the status quo. Cheesimus, I agree with Quill, I hate Harry Potter. Last Prime loves Harry Potter, though. Quill, I thought Skybound was going to be a G1 nostalgia bait thing when I read Skybound. I imagine Gary Chalk Optimus and not Peter Cullen. Quill, I'm the same way. Every time I read Optimus, I think Gary Chalk. And Miss Disaster, I've never touched Harry Potter, and now I never will. That is ultra fair. What I'll say is I've never read the Harry Potter books. I've watched all the Harry Potter movies once, except for Prisoner of Azkaban. I've seen that one twice, and I've never seen The Half-Blood Prince. And after watching it, I thought it was okay. It was perfectly fine. Not for me. Flashlight Studios, if I ever got a real spider, I'm going to name him Tarantulas. That's beautiful. That's great. Devastalia, who's talking about my constructed buddies? Last Prime says, no! Cheesemas, my little goober is transformed into robot mode. Alright. Quill, what the hell is Garrulous? And Last Prime says, the movie are great. Quill says, I hate autocorrect. No, the Harry Potter movies I think are perfectly fine. They're not necessarily for me, but I think like the acting is great, and I think the directing is really good. Cheesemas, I can make my little goober sit in a sassy way. There we go. And Last Prime says, me too. Either about a little goober or my opinions on Harry Potter. Alright. We're going to build up this last boy. This is going to be our last guy for tonight, and that's just going to leave a couple more to continue building. Flashlight says, Cheesemas Prime, that's crazy. Confish says, yes, same reason I got into Skybound, because Skybound Optimus is genuinely one of my favorite protagonists when it comes to comics, and I've read dozens of comics and manga. Yeah, no, Confish, I totally agree. I think Skybound Optimus is a masterclass in how you write a character like that. The Last Prime says both. Okay, alright, so yes to both. And Quill says, I think being from the UK, everyone assumes I love Harry Potter. Quill, I feel your pain. Because I'm from the South, everyone assumes I love country music. I think that's just a reality, you know. People are going to assume you like things based on where you're from. I'm not gonna lie, there was a part of me that was like hoping like maybe this will have Soundwave, and then I realized this is not even that wave anymore. Alright, let's see who we got here. Who's our last character of the night? Oh, that looks like Hook. That is definitely Hook. Awesome. Dupe. I quite like Hook. Here's the thing, I don't know who my second favorite Constructicon is. I know Scrapper's my favorite. And then I like all the rest of them except for Scavenger and Bone Crusher. Scavenger is my second least favorite, just because I think he's kind of boring. And then I just hate Bone Crusher. I don't like his character, and I really don't like his design. I think he has the worst design of any of the Constructicons. He looks like he has footy pajamas. He looks like a toddler wearing pajamas. That's my big issue with him. Meanwhile, like, you look at all the other Constructicons, Scrapper, Mixmaster, Hook, Long Haul, all four of them have such great designs that are so unique. I don't know why Bone Crusher and Scavenger just bounce off me as hard as they do, but they do. They bounce off me very, very hard. Bone Crusher is like one of those characters where, like, I think the reason he's beloved in the fandom is almost entirely because of the movie Bone Crusher. Every time I hear people talking about how much they love Bone Crusher, it's always that Bone Crusher. I'm sure there's a fan of G1 Bone Crusher out there, but I have not met them. I'm sure they exist. Haven't met them. All right. Let's see here. We're probably going to try to do another live stream tomorrow, guys. I want to go ahead and say that now. We're probably going to just be building more Blokees still, because my big goal is still I want to have all of these built up for the holidays. Well before the holidays, I should say. Because the plan is in December we're going to do a lot of like just individual Blokees videos to kind of count down to the holidays. Come on, get in there. Get in there, Hook. I can't get the thing to just slide in. It feels like every time they try to get a little bit more complicated with the heads, they're always the hardest little finicky thing to actually make work. Like, that's the one complaint I have about Blokees, is their first wave idea of just basically putting the heads as one piece. Like, that was so much easier and so much, like, better. And, like, ever since then, it's just become more and more tedious just trying to get the heads together. What am I not doing right here? Okay, so I'm gonna put it... okay. There's something about Hook's cheekbones that are really messing this up. That's what I'm seeing. Come on, Hook. Come on, Hook. Come on, Hook. There. We got Hook's head. There we go. Oh, no, we didn't even. Look, it's mangled. You know what? It's good enough. It is good enough. It's kind of resting against his face now a little bit. All right. Like, what even happened here? What even happened here? How did I mess this up so badly? Oh, and I don't even know where the back of the head just went. Man, I'm telling you, the Blokees are great. It's always just the little things like this. And it doesn't have to be this hard, man. I don't know why the face gotta be 3 different pieces. With Ultra Magnus, it was 1 piece. It's a good little, like, lock-in, no issue. Come on. Come on. Come on. I literally just can't get Hook's head to come together. What is going on here? Like, I don't think the pieces are misaligned or anything. They literally just... There! Okay, finally, I got it. I got it. I did it. Okay. Oy. I was not expecting that to take the time it did. But alright. Boop. Oh, Hook. Well, I mean, we know that Hook is a narcissist, so maybe he just wouldn't let me continue on until I was perfectly aligned with him. That'd be in character. There we go. Where are your shoulder pieces, buddy? Are those the shoulder pieces? Yeah, those are the shoulder pieces. Okay. Maybe I should look at the directions. Only question is, where did I toss those off to? Okay. I'm seeing how things should be working. Ah, come on. There. Okay. And then some double wheels. I'm going to be honest. I'm trying to figure out like what would be the best way to try to get Blokees Soundwave now. Because now he's the only one from the wave I don't have. So it's going to be less and less likely the more I buy that it's actually going to include Soundwave. I think at this point it might be better to just go on eBay and try to like buy him specifically. But then I saw people, it's insane. If you want like a character that's not even already built, but like you just know who they are, people are asking for like $30. And I was like, that's ridiculous. Just because you know who the character is? And keep in mind, this isn't the variant Soundwave, that's just normal Soundwave. Like, and I think it's just because Blokees are still kind of hard to come by right now. I'm hoping that they get more distribution. Because clearly people like them. And they're showing up at Walmart, kinda, maybe. Hopefully they start showing up in Walmart more. Because, like, I'd rebuy Blokees just to give to people. Like, they're good. They're an excellent toy line. They're very cheap. They might be the best thing going in Transformers right now, to be honest with you. Because I've not had a bad Blokees experience. They've all been good. Let's see here. Is that right for Hook to have that on this side? No, it's on this side. Okay. I also do like the fact that they remember that Hook has an asymmetric design. Like, I think out of all the Constructicons, he's the only one who has this asymmetric design. There we go. Alright, now our boy's gonna need some feet and some hands. There we go. Alright. And then I'm going to give him one fist and one open hand. Because I'm boring like that. Alright. It looks good. Other than Scrapper, I think Hook is my favorite out of the Blokees Constructicons so far. And I think that's going to be it for tonight, guys. Let me catch up with some comments. Let's see here. Alright. Mom Make says, Skybound seems less convoluted and less contrived than IDW IMO. You have less retcons to try and pin the blame on someone else, and they do a better job worse than the hell that is the Earth War. Mom Makes, I agree with you on a lot of that. I also think, like, give it time, they might have to retcon a lot of things in Skybound. because it's still really early into the book and there's a lot of major characters gone. Flashlight Studios. Have a good one, Chad. I gotta go. Thanks for stopping by, Flashlight. Quill. I'm more of a James Bond guy, even though I never watched James Bond in a hot minute. I do like James Bond. I especially love the Daniel Craig James Bond. Mad Prime Productions. I feel like buy a mini deer toy for my Optimus. That'd be fun. That'd be sad, but that'd be fun. And there's probably a good deer you could get out there somewhere. Quill. Mine Scrapper, Mixmaster, Dirt Boss if he counts, and Long Haul. I'd count Dirt Boss. I mean, animated. He was the leader of the Constructicons there. Davastalia. For me, living in California doesn't mean that I like surfing and saying radical dude, damn, that was so cringe to hear in my head. Cheesemas agreeing, saying if someone assumes I like tacos because I'm Mexican, I will tell them to stop being racist and correct them at the same time. Yeah, just don't make assumptions like that. I think that's a good rule to live by. Quill, Dirt Boss should replace Bone Crusher. Counter, Dirt Boss should be added so that there's now 7 Constructicons and Dirt Boss makes the head. The Last Prime, what is your profile pick Galvatron? That's the red Galvatron on the Studio Series 86 Starscream throne. Miss Disaster saying, I like Scavenger. I like Scavenger, Miss Disaster, and you're the one who told me about their character. But yeah, they're still just not for me. Confish, I have some bias towards Bone Crusher since he was one of my first G1 characters I've gotten, the first being Sea Spray, my beloved. Oh man, I'm making enemies out here with my Scavenger and Bone Crusher things. Last Prime saying, let's go. Davastalia, you finally met a G1 Bone Crusher fan, even though I like the movie design, but G1 is my goat. No! Oh, no! Penguin Zero is going to be making that video now. The Bone Crusher situation is crazy. Cheesemas Prime, whenever my dad or granny gets tape, they tell me not to use it because they know I will use all of it to make stuff with cardboard. Hey, you being creative, there's nothing wrong with that. The Last Prime, come on, Hook! Benny's Shockwave as a double agent hits hard. I wish they would go back to that, because that was so good for animated. The Last Prime, oh god. Quill, to be honest, when they make Power Glide, I'm done with G1. I want a new Cybertron Optimus, and Siege 1 is good, but an update would be nice, and then more IDW, please. Yeah, there's not many characters in G1 they still have left to do, unless they just start remaking guys. Cheesemas, off-brand pizza Lunchables are better than the actual Lunchable brand pizza Lunchable. I'm going to take your word for that. Miss Disaster, I just realized Meg's guns are on the wrong arms. Oh, did I get them flipped? I'll fix them in a minute. Last Prime, by Primus Hook. Cornfish, yo-ho, near the hooks I'll never go. Quill, also, RID-01 would be nice to get more of X-Brawn especially. I'm amazed there hasn't been more, especially with Omega Prime coming out. Like, they need to make a more accurate Scourge. That's what I want, is I want a better Scourge. Bendyzilla, no pizza Lunchables are better. Seems right for Hook. Davastolia, that's not how we behave, Hook. Work with him and you can destroy anything you want. Jesus Prime, I wonder if someone has bludgeoned someone with a bludgeon. I'm sure there's someone out there who is using a bludgeon toy as a weapon. Bendyzilla, TF5 Scrapper had a brutal off-screen death. I always forget Scrapper's in that movie, technically. Quill, not gonna lie, the Constructicons are kind of boring to me. They're so overused, I only like them in 1 or 2 continuities, whereas the Stunticons are always beautiful. I love all of them equally in TFA-MM. Quill, I agree with you. I like the Constructicons. I like Devastator. I hate that they're always the go-to. I like the Stunticons. Last Prime, well, I think I'll just use eBay. $30! Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Last Prime. It's insane what they charge. Enemy, I'm here. Who's ready for some TF1 cameos? How's it going, Enemy? Davasilia, same. I love Blokees. Mad Prime Production, I wish they had done Transformers and Alien Predator crossover comic. Sadly, Disney owns the rights of Alien and Predator. Yeah, that would have been fun to see. And then Quill says, Enemy, what's up? And then Bennyzilla says, Scrapper got ripped 1 by 1 in TF5. Oy. Enemy, confirming Deep Cover was there. He was pretty easy to see, but I still find people not knowing. I didn't even know that Deep Cover was there. Cool. Quill, when I draw cons, I always make them a sympathetic or give them character. And then Devastalia, this is long, okay. Godzilla, my biggest opponent. Oi. Enemy, I just got here and stream's ending. I'm sorry, Enemy. Bennyzilla, Godzilla does solo Devastator, no offense. Quill, This stream is more active than streams with hundreds of people is kind of funny. It's because we're all just talking, man. And then Quill says, nah, Dirt Boss makes the chest wings. Delta Tryon, just returned from some recordings. No sound wave? No, unfortunately, Delta Tryon, no sound wave. Maybe next time. Davastalia, I'm more of a Jason Bourne than James Bond, in my opinion. I've never seen a Jason Bourne movie. I need to. Cheesemas, I said if someone assume... Oh, yeah, I already read that. But yeah, no, like I said before, don't assume people like things based on things like where they are from or what their ethnicity is. It's just a bad look. Last Prime, have to go. See you guys. See you, Last Prime. Bennyzilla, so Tarn just got arrested and taken to court. The Tarn situation is crazy. Quill, I hate Prime was a HasLab. I love the design and sad it's left behind a 200 quid HasLab. I agree, Quill. But at the same time, I'm glad the toy exists. Mrs. Astor, I saw Barricade in my TF1 rewatch last night. Yeah, he's a one of the miners. You see him during the speech scene. Enemy also saying yes, he was a miner. And then also only other yellow-eyed miner, interestingly enough. Yeah, no, that was what was interesting, was a handful of Decepticons were amongst the miners, but it makes sense because they share body types with the Autobots. But okay, and Bennyzilla, but how did he join the Decepticons? I don't know if they're going to go into Barricade in a TF1 sequel, but I could see a lot of the miners being like, you know, Optimus was kind of a scumbag, and D16 really helped us out a lot. I think I'm going to go hang out with him. Like, I could see a couple of the miners being like, you know, I actually like that guy and what he's saying a lot more. Forget Sentinel. Because, like, not all of them can agree with Orion and the whole, like, we shouldn't have killed Sentinel, right? Like, a handful of them would have to be just as vengeful. And then Enemy says maybe he followed the High Guard to wherever. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you, Enemy. And Quill says, I saw Ricochet deep cover, Tiger Track Cordon, I think, etc. The one that I always get is there's like 3 Chromias in that movie. There's the one that wins the race, there's another Chromia that looks more like Chromia, and then there's a minor Chromia. And then Quill saw Jackpot. Oh, hey, Wild Will, how's it going? Ah, man, there's a lot of people who just showed up. I don't want to... My hands really hurt, so I don't want to build up another one. But we'll take a few minutes. We'll just hang out. But yeah. It's funny, like, how many, like, backgrounders showed up in the movie. I know on one rewatch, I think I saw Sideburn. But because it's a blue car, it was probably just deep cover. But I could have swore it was Sideburn, specifically. Oy. But yeah. Oop. Hey, Azrael Sun. Which G1 Finbop do you think Blokees would do first? Azrael Sun, I don't see a world in which RC isn't the first. And if it's not RC, it's probably going to be Chromia or Alita. Davastalia. I know, but if we wanted a new RID Optimus and manage, it had to be a HasLab because it is A1 commander a year per line. You're right, and Davastalia, I'd add on to that. There's no way you could do Omega Prime at the commander class. You would have to do 2 commanders. There's too much going on. Bendyzilla, my headcanon is that when Chromia won off-screen, she had her cog removed. Oh, that'd be messed up if Sentinel was like, nah, I'm taking that from you. Davastalia also agrees RC is probably going to be the first Blokees. Quill, I saw a red jet former who is now Powerglide. Well, I know that this was, like, something I noticed, is Scattershot and Lightspeed and Afterburner are all in that race. So 3 of the Technobots are there. Basil and RC was pink in TF1. She was, and she also turns into a car, which makes her a little bit different from Alita. And Azrael Sun says, Titan Mass Cell RID Optimus. I think that they could have done it at the Titan price point, but I think that Hasbro's still kind of weird about the idea of Titans needing to be really big. Like, I think Star Convoy is going to see, like, is Star Convoy going to be massive or not? Because, like, I think that Titan would be fine if they were just really big, but not as big as the City Bots. But I think that for Hasbro, they have to be that big. I think that's like a marketing thing. Enemy, I saw this cool design. She was a female with a racing pattern. She had a head similar to Darkwing, and she was red. I think she was Override. That'd be cool. I could see, like, Override being in there. Quill, I had an idea that instead of Estonia being human, she can be Powerglide's Minicon partner. Quill, if you want to take it another step further, like, keep her human, but let her be, like, a target master or a headmaster. Devastalia, I keep bumping the camera. I'm so sorry. I know there would be two commanders because one would sell more than the other. Yeah, that's fair. Benny Zola, they could possibly have combiners in TF2 or Titans. I don't know if they would do combiners in TF2. If they did anything, I think that they would have, like, maybe Metroplex show up. Azrael Sun wasn't Override in the leaderboard. I'm pretty sure she was. I think she was. Miss Disaster, they've been discussing smaller tines recently. This is true. And Enemy says, Override was on the leaderboard. It's just me headcanon that was her design. Well, Enemy, I'm going to say that is correct until proven otherwise. I'm going to say that has to be Override. Because if we know Override's supposed to be there and that looks like Override, we're just going to say that's Override. Mad Prime. My headcanon is Optimus Prime was an anime harem protagonist and his love interest is Alita 1, always lol. I'm not entirely sure how to parse that. Quill, Blur lost the race because he got cosmic rusted by Sentinel. No! So, I saw people, like, losing their mind over the fact that Blur was in the race. Hear me out. Blur won the race so quickly, no one even noticed he was there. Azrael Sun saw a really cursed pick yesterday. I am scared to ask, what was the cursed pick? Enemy agrees. Blur went so fast he blipped off the track. Yeah, that's what happened. Either that, or he got halfway and realized there was no one near him and was like, forget this, and just abandoned the race. He got bored. I'll tell you what I think would be fun for a Blur is if Blur, like, just had no attention span. So it's like, literally, you would give him a mission, and then, like, 5 seconds later, you'd see him doing something else, and just be, he forgot that he had a mission. That's the reason why he survived being turned into a cube, is he forgot that he was supposed to die. Azrael Sun, someone on Twitter posted their nice Alita with one Yellow Park Optimus, and one of the pics was, yeah, of course it was very suggestive. Yeah. I'm not going to try to knock anyone for their collection. I hate the nice figures. I do. I hate any design like that. I think they're gross. I don't think they look good. I think that they are some of the worst things to ever be given as RC or Alita 1. I know that there's people who have told me, like, if you get past the design, the toys are actually really good. It doesn't change the fact that, like, it feels gross. It feels really, really gross. Devastalia, Override was on the leaderboard, and she's part of my favorite TF trilogy, the Unicron trilogy. I love Override. And don't forget, Devastalia, Override is still the first Prime. Because in Japan, she's Nitro Convoy. So she's the first woman Prime. Quill, oh, so Blur is literally me. She's gonna send ADHD Blur. Azrael Sun, I would like nice more if the torsos could be made more armor-like. Yeah, if they look like robots, Azrael Sun. If they wore armor, that'd be fine. Mad Prime Productions saying, what? Bandy Zell Productions, what would a Transformers and Fallout collab look like, or a Doom collab? And Azrael Sun, wasn't Nitro Convoy a dude? So you're right, in Japan, Nitro Convoy is a dude, but the fact that Nitro Convoy is, you know, like a prime, that means that Override would also be a prime for the planet. So it's like the US version is a prime by virtue of being the leader of the planet. Oop. Quill, I don't want a figure like that in my collection. Let women have different body types. Yeah, no, I mean, like, literally look at, like, a lot of the best Slipstreams and Strong Arms and Windblades. Like, they're great. And meanwhile, the worst RCs are the ones that are, like, trying to be really gross. Yeah, Davastilia, Prime Robot Enhanced designs are horrible. Prime Robot Enhanced designs? I don't know that company. Mrs. Astor, I see the appeal of them, but regular Transformers are sexy enough. No! Tidal Wave! Why don't I have a toy with Tidal Wave with his big tidal boobies? That's what I want. Why can't I have... Why can't Megatron have his boobies? Tell me that. Nice. Where is my Megatron? Enemy, Nitro Zeus should become a mainstay. I agree. Nitro Zeus is great. Cheesemus, left or right Twix? The middle Twix. Ezreal Sun, I would be disappointed if Fallout X Transformers didn't turn into Liberty Prime. Oh yeah, Fallout and Doom. Liberty Prime makes a lot of sense. In terms of Doom, I would want a Transformer that turned into the BFG 9 million. Mad Prime Productions just says, sorry. Oh, what's wrong, Mad Prime Productions? Last Prime says, guess who's back again. Azrael Sun, my main problem with Legacy Strong Arm was specifically she looked too skinny, LMAO. I agree, but then I looked at the cartoon, RID 2015. Apparently that's accurate. The toys were just bulky, but I preferred her bulky. Quill, RED, the red flags. Oh, the red! Robot enhanced design. Oh, yeah. Last from, oh, what did I just join into? I don't know. Us losing our mind. Miss Disaster talking about Legacy Tidal Wave. Yeah, that's what I want the boobies on. Legacy Tidal Wave. Quill, like Redgar has blaster nipples. Yeah. Devastator, Prime, TF Red Prime, is what I'm talking about. Yeah, no, the Prime RC and Knockout were really rough from Red. I still like the Knockout, but he doesn't feel good. RC's just bad. Jesus, I'm not old enough to drink energy drinks, but I still own a few. Shoo, don't tell anyone. Okay, nobody rat on Cheesimus and their energy drinks. Enemy. The Decepticons need a funny guy with a mohawk as his hype guy. Yeah, like Nitro Zeus and then Mohawk is like his little minicon partner. I can dig that. Azrael Sun. LIRC, Liberty Prime was also Peter Collins, so it's too good to pass up. There we go! Shockwave, or Quill, Shockwave can become the BFG. He basically did in one of the G.I. Joe comic books. Bennyzilla, I see Nitro Zeus and maybe Shock Blast is like a brother to Shockwave, but for Shock Blast, I see him as a clone. I think that's, yeah, that makes sense. And maybe Nitro Zeus could take specifically like the Galactic Man colors. Devastalia, TF Prime, Robot Enhanced Design is horrible as everything. I agree. Last Prime, did not think I joined my favorite YouTube talk about boobs. I'm sorry, Last Prime. I'm very passionate about tidal wave boobs. Quill, I already called Prowl Cheesimus. Cheesimus crazy. I was crazy once they locked me in a room with a rubber room with rats. Rats make me crazy. Okay, that's a song. I don't know what song, but that is a song. I've also been playing with Ultra Magnus. I don't know why. I've just had him in my hand this whole time. Imagine a black Nitro Zeus with his gold chain and accents. Yeah, you know what? Maybe we just need to make him purple. Last Prime, no, it's a meme. Cheesimus, amazing a booby trap that actually catches boobies. Oh no! Not Optimus trapping Astro Train! Azrael Sun, someone told me recently that the 07 line is considered retro to some, and I feel my bones turning to dust. Azrael Sun, it's retro only in that it's marketed as retro. Quill, Nitro Zeus with Action Master Shockwave color, so like a little bit of orange? That'd be pretty good. Okay, Cheesimus told me that that's a meme, not a song. Azrael Sun, what do you mean my boy Optimus is old? What are we talking about with Optimus? What? I don't know. Devastator, Robot Enhanced Design should always be for G1 only, in my opinion. They were the ones that worked the best. I'm trying to think. Well, I mean, the Beast War. Okay. Devastalia, I feel like no one ever talks about this. The Beast Wars figures were actually really good. Primal and Cheetor were amazing. So I think the issue with Prime is that the limbs are too thin, so the joints never felt good. But Beast Wars and G1 are both so blocky that they had enough, like, kind of friction to work with. But alright, guys. I think we're coming close to the end of the stream. We got 5 more boxes to build up. We're going to get to them eventually. I'm going to try to live stream again tomorrow, so let's hope. Azrael Sun, question I got is why Red RC has copper paint apps instead of pink spots. I don't know. There's so many things wrong with that Red RC. I just straight up don't know if they even got, like, good reference shots. Cheesimus, would you like a $5 footlong or double it and give it to the next person? What, so, like, someone behind me gets a $10 2-foot-long? You know what? Sure. I've already eaten today. Someone behind me gets the $10 2-foot-long. Quill, welp, I think I'm going to go, fellas. See you next stream. Have a good day. See you, Quill. Alright, guys. Thank you so much for stopping in. It's been awesome. Bye, Cheesimus. You have an amazing night, too. Last Prime wants that foot-long. Mad Prime Productions, good night. I hope everyone has a good night. We'll try to do another stream tomorrow, build up some more Blokees. Thank you guys for stopping in, talking for a bit, and, here. See you, Last Prime. But here, Megatron's gonna be like, yo, backhand. It's almost 1 a.m. for Quill, yay. And I mean, Nitro Zeus would be a TFP Megatron jet design, but the end would turn to a little disc, which turns into a Mohawk. Oh, okay, so he'd be like a minicon deployer. Devastator, does anyone know what TVA means? Because it's smart. It's the Time Variance Authority, right? Bye-bye, enemy. See you guys. Bye, Destalia. Alright, guys. I'll have a good night. We'll do this again tomorrow, maybe. See ya. Bye.